Hello there, it's the Gump Ape here, and you can follow these two hack frauds on the Twitters at Picklestick Pod. Shoot them an email, picklestickproductions@gmail.com. Visit their web zone, picklestick.com, or maybe you'll be able to find them on Stitcher and the iTunes.
Hello and welcome to the Generation Gap Podcast. I'm Lunchbox.
I'm Gleek.
Today is supposed to be a big day.
Oh, yeah?
Automatron is supposed to be releasing, but PlayStation's being a little bit slow in trying to get it out there, because right now they're 2 hours and 36 minutes late, though.
My God. You're counting the minutes.
I am foaming at the mouth. Like, even though I probably won't play it until, like, after we get the extension cord and equipment all for streaming tomorrow.
You're going to play it before that.
No, I'm not.
I know you will.
I'm not... I might play Fallout a little bit because I threw my hands up after I beat it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play it to the DLC, but I might play it like without the DLC here in a little bit, just to kind of like not suck at aiming, because like it might take me a little bit to go ahead and like re-grasp that, level up a couple of things, and then
Well, don't worry about it. If we get to stream it, I guarantee ain't nobody gonna be watching for a little bit on our inaugural stream. People are gonna be like, "Who the fuck are these dorks?"
Why is he making fucking references to like other RPGs that no one has ever played ever?
What is this podcast thing he keeps bringing up?
We both watched. What was the name of the movie? Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Not Pee-wee's Big Holiday. I've seen it advertised, like last couple of years.
Yeah.
Genuinely waiting, just kind of happy to see it. I've waited overall 28 years for him to make another movie. And I'm kind of fucking disappointed.
Yeah, it was not, like, after watching the stage show, I thought, like, it was going to be a whole lot more adult-oriented than what it actually was.
Yeah, which, if you get a chance, go back and watch the 1981 HBO special of the original Playhouse. Yeah, that's some body shit.
I bet. But that's what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little more adult-oriented. I felt that's what it was popular on Netflix for in the first place, so that's why Netflix was going to go ahead and push it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they had, like, a little bit of, like, touches of adult humor here and there.
Yeah.
But in all reality, it just felt awkward.
Well, instead of, Pee-wee's Big Holiday, they ought to call it Pee-wee's Big Bromance.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
It was just super weird, and like
it was kind of gay, to be honest.
Yeah, it was very homoerotic. And I learned like later on that guy that was his friend also played in I think the latest Magic Mike movie.
Yeah, well they mention it in the movie. He says something about he's playing, I can't remember the guy's name. But
it's Joe something. I don't know his last name. It's some weird like
some Italian kind of name or something.
Yeah, like Bolognese, Bertinad, Yeti, some shit like that.
Bowl of spaghetti,
SpaghettiOs. I don't know.
Yeah, but he mentioned something about shows he's been in, and he says and he's in Magic Mike. You ever see that? And Pee-wee's like, no.
Well,
he makes the joke though, but you'd think I would have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it just
they missed out on so much humor was missed out on.
I know.
I mean, it starts good. It starts off with the whole, just like his original movie.
Ha ha ha! Yeah, like you get a ton of that within the first like 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, the whole Rube Goldberg device. Everything about his house is that way. And I miss, where the fuck was the bicycle? I mean, it shows him driving like the little Thunderbird car.
Yeah, and
that's kind of cool. I can dig that. And parts of it I did like his Fairville. That's perfect for him because it's that innocence 1950s feel.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the way a child would look at his hometown or something.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a blend of the 50s to modern times. But I think that it kind of represents the way Pee-wee's outlook. He has the innocence of a child.
Yeah.
And now see, that's what I liked about the earlier films. This one, however, spoilers kinda, at the end of the film, earlier in the film, he makes a joke, and then later it turns out to be true, that he had an accident and he's got a plate in his head. And they explain that as why he's afraid to leave the town and that kind of thing. And, you know, he went from being like somebody who was just maybe autistic
to someone who was brain damaged.
Yeah, and now he's brain damaged. And maybe, you know, like, is he an Aspie that's brain damaged? You know, because he was obviously autistic before. That to me was just that was something like maybe make a joke that he's got a plate in his head, or that people say he's got a plate in his head.
And then they use the, spoilers,
yeah,
the magnet at the end.
Yeah, but it should never been done. It should have been a throwaway joke, you know. Maybe somebody in the diner says something, you know, like a smart ass remark to him or something. And Pee-wee's a short order cook? What the fuck? If he's a short order cook, how come there wasn't no Rube Goldberg, like his pancake maker from the first movie and shit?
Around the 40-minute mark, so around like the halfway point, I got up and went to the bathroom, paused the movie, and when I got back, I noticed that there was another 40 minutes ahead of it, and I had the overwhelming sense of dread of, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I had to sit here for another 40 minutes and watch this.
I bet you the fatigue really kicked in for you about the time that he met the hairdressers.
Yeah, that was the 40-minute mark, was the hairdressers. I think the fatigue kicked in for me, honestly, even earlier than that. It was probably around the time like you went to the Snake Ranch.
Which, once again, that could have been the basis for some hellaciously good jokes. I mean, the part with him screaming was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he screams like a little girl and it just keeps going, you know?
And then, like, they drop them off, and I don't understand, like, why he left with the salesman, or, like, was he, like...
Well, he left on the bus. Like, everybody just abandoned his ass because he wouldn't quit screaming.
Yeah, I absolutely hated the part with the 9 farmers' daughters.
Yeah.
None of that entire gag was funny.
It could have been funny.
Maybe.
The whole shotgun wedding thing and Pee-wee.
Yeah, getting, like, the end that was stupid, the punchline, like, it didn't feel like there was any punchlines in it.
He helps them steal a wagon later from the Amish people?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, the Amish...
Pee-wee isn't going to steal anything. That's not him.
I like long, awkward bits of comedy, but when he meets the Amish and there's the balloon bit,
now
that took like 3 fucking minutes.
That's something that's classic Pee-wee.
It might
playing the balloon is classic fucking Pee-wee, because that is the joke, that it's so long and drawn out and such an annoying fucking noise.
Maybe I was just overall like just sick of the movie at that point.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
yeah,
because there was no like funny outcome of that. It was just like, oh, all the Amish started playing the musical balloon, and it was like,
yeah, there was so much fucking potential that just fell through the cracks. I wanted, like you said, a little more adult humor. I do like the fact that they touch back on a lot of older shit. Like, he even makes a joke. He even brought up the fucking Cheech and Chong movies, where he actually says
that.
Well, he mentions the hamburger train. Do you remember his character in the Cheech and Chong movies?
Yeah, where he thinks he's a lizard?
No, that was the cop that turned into the lizard.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember at the end they're driving off and Pee-wee goes, Mr. Lizard!
It's been such a long time since I've seen any of those movies.
I really expected something different. When it comes to the films, pretty much the order they were released, 1, 2, 3, that's the order of whether they're any good. You know, the first one's the best one. The second one, Big Top Pee-wee, that's the second best one, and this third one is an also ran.
Oh, I wasn't expecting anything from it except for, like I said, a little bit more adult humor, and I guess it'd like to be a little bit funnier. But in all reality, like, I watched the Jerk, a movie I'd probably seen like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
and to me it was, you know, an actual laughing fit.
Yeah, it holds up.
Yeah, over than what that came out to be.
Well, like, one thing that just really, they fucking dropped the ball. When he was lost in the desert, wouldn't that have been the perfect fucking moment for Large Marge to show up? A truck pulls up and he gets in and he looks over and Maybe even if he just jumps back out of the truck. You're like, oh, no. I was expecting it. You know, him lost in the desert, walking down the road and shit. And I'm like, here comes Large Marge. I know it. It's got to fucking happen. Nope.
Reoccurring characters? What's that?
Yeah. And
established brands? What are those?
Now, he was supposed to be, you know, like it showed him his aversion to women and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wait a fucking minute. Didn't he get, like, engaged in the second movie? He had, like, a girlfriend in Big Top Pee-wee.
There was... Alright, the one part that I did, I guess, snicker at was when the band of criminals drop him off in New York. And then like, in the horse and buggy, and then...
Yeah, they get busted.
They all get arrested. Like,
yes, he's walking off.
Yeah. To me, that was a little bit funny, but... There, like I said, it's just like little bits and pieces, like here and there that...
Yeah.
But for the most part, I was fucking bored and hated that I was watching it.
Yeah, I know it. I was, well, wasn't it I was bored? It was
I was
just
straight up bored.
Wave after wave after wave of disappointment.
Well, I wasn't disappointed. I was just bored. Like that's a terrible thing to be while trying to watch a movie. It's just bored because, especially like when you're doing it at home and you realize like I could be watching Better Call Saul again right now.
Well, I wanted some adult humor. I mean, for once, he needs to make an adult humor movie. When you go back and you watch his HBO special, dude, I mean, he hypnotizes a woman and makes her undress on stage. All right. Then there's another one where him and his buddy are like, put mirrors on their shoes so they can look up a chick's dress.
Yeah.
And hell, even in Pee-wee's Playhouse, the fucking kid show, dude, there is so much fucking adult humor in that. There is a straight the fuck up. There's one scene where they purposely show a shot straight down Miss Wavon's fucking dress, where you see her tits and shit. Pretty much just, I mean, they're bounced out, you know. And another one where Pee-wee fucking drops a mirror, you know, and picks it up under a chick's dress. Yeah. And there's another one like Miss Wavon gets onto a fucking, you know, those little horsey rides you put a quarter in?
Yeah.
Yeah. She gets on it and then proceeds to have an orgasm. And then gets off patting the horse and shit. And the way they play it is something different, but as an adult, you watch it and you're like, holy hell. And there's a lot of adult humor in that show.
Well, I watched it actually when I was like 7 or 8.
I watched it as a stoned teenager.
Yeah.
We used to like early morning, Saturday morning bake, you know, and then watch Pee-wee.
I just watched it like a couple of times. This was like oddly before Toonami came out, which had like the Dragon Ball Z and all that other good shit on it.
Yeah, the shit that I was basically was like, well, I'm done with cartoons.
What's this Japanimation shit?
Yeah, I was a fucking young adult, and I'm like, I ain't got time for this shit.
Which did you hear? I think this was like a year or two ago. Speaking of just Japanimation off topic, Marky Mark got in trouble. Like Weeaboos like went fucking bananas that Marky Mark called anime Japanimation. like of all the shit to like get mad about, that's what they picked.
Oh my god!
We gotta get these are the same people that freaked out that Sonic's arms were blue. Gotta go fast,
Sonic Chew. To finish up about the Pee-wee movie. If you're a fan of Pee Wee Herman, you like his stuff, go and watch it just to be a completionist, you know, just to see it.
Yeah, but you're not going to enjoy it.
You're not probably going to enjoy it, and you'd be better off, go look up his stage act.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, his Playhouse shit, way the hell funnier. Way the fuck funnier.
Yeah. Have you seen Dave Chappelle here lately?
Mm-mm.
He's got buff.
Really?
Yeah, like he was the skinny, just like lanky black dude. Now he's just like got muscle. He's a little scary.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it! I want him to come back on TV, man.
He just hated the entire thing. Like that's why he left in the first place. Because like,
well, he could do his own shit. I mean, he could produce his own show.
I think he's just tired of it altogether.
How does a comedian ultimately get tired of being a comedian? Most of them do it because of something in them.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to fill a hole in themselves by making other people laugh.
I think he just got tired of being used.
Well, yeah.
Like, completely honest.
That's why I'm saying he should do his own shit. So you don't think Chappelle couldn't go to somebody like fucking Netflix, straight up said, look, I've done a fucking 2-hour fucking thing. I want to put it straight on fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
If Pee Wee can get a movie on it.
Like Netflix has a lot of
originals and shit.
Yeah, it does a lot of original stand-up comedy things. Like they're even better of a hub than Comedy Central now. Comedy Central doesn't, like, they'll play a stand-up special, but they don't produce as many as what they used to. HBO used to do a lot, and they don't do as many as what they used to. So it now seems like this kind of outlet for stand-up comedy is all moving over to Netflix, which I don't mind. I pay my $5 a month, or my $5, my $10 a month, because to enjoy that kind of thing.
Yeah,
and that's why I find myself like watching most of the time either stand-up comedy or documentaries.
I watch a lot of fucking documentaries, dude.
Sports documentaries, like for some fucking reason, sports documentaries are what I watch a majority of my Netflix for.
The last documentary I watched, the name of it was called Scrappers. It's an older one. I want to say fucking 2000, maybe earlier, maybe 90s. And it was about these crazy motherfuckers. Like, a lot of them are meth addicted and shit. They live out in, like, New Mexico. And I mean in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, all right? And these are the guys that go and scrap the fucking bombing ranges. Yeah, like the Army and the Air Force come in, drop 500-pounders. And these crazy fuckers go in and get all the aluminum scrap and shit. And some of them even pull up like duds. They will pull the fucking duds and get the aluminum off the dud.
There's no way in fuck you could pay me enough money.
Well, they had this, I think it might have been around 2000 because, oh, heaven forbid, they threw this big fucking fit while terrorists could get a hold of this material and, you know, going stupid with that shit. And they had, for instance, a family. These guys for like 30, 40, whatever, how many years. The father had done it when he was young. His boys were doing it. For fun, they blew shit up. And they would go out to the bombing range and pick up duds. They knew how to deal with it. Get the explosives. And then for fun, like 4th of July, they'd go and blow a fucking car up.
Duh.
You know, like an old piece of shit car, park it in the desert, have a fucking picnic, and that was the finale. They'd set off a 500-pounder. You know? And they were talking about, terrorists and, yeah, these assholes shouldn't be on a fucking bombing range.
No.
You know? But
it's because they're dumb. But...
Yeah, but at the same time, you gotta just think, these are just some fucking yokels, man.
Yeah,
you know?
Like, if they want to win their Darwin Award, you can let them.
Yeah. I mean, who the fuck are they hurting? They're gonna blow themselves up. Boo fucking who, you know? But, man, they showed some crazy shit. Like, one dude was explaining how the cluster bombs go off and how, you know, not all of them go off. And how you had to watch for them, that you could be walking along and, you know, step on one of them fucking things. It just fucking nuts, man. And they were talking about, like, one dude was bitching. He got out and he was talking about that they loaded up a scrap, all right? That he had about $2,000 worth of fucking aluminum in his pickup. And that the MPs caught him. All right, the Army come down and fucking caught him. And got him out of the fucking truck and all that, pulled him away from it, and then called a fucking airstrike on the truck. Yeah, the guys are training. Called in coordinates to hit the truck. And which, that is fucking highly illegal for them to be doing, destroying civilian property. You know? But dude was just pissed off. He was like, you know, goddamn, now what do I got to do? I got to scrap even more to replace my fucking truck.
See, and if the Army wanted to go through and clean up that site anyway,
they don't. They do not. If it was up to them, there'd still be shit from World War II out there.
Yeah, but if the Army wanted to go through, and if they, like I said, if they wanted to scrap and recycle that shit,
yeah,
like you could have, like, I don't know how well recycled blown up aluminum would work for bombs, but
yeah, well, what they showed, I mean, a lot of it is fucked. It's just scrap.
Yeah.
And they had this one old dude, and he'd been doing it his whole fucking life. But he seemed to be, he wasn't a drinker, he didn't do drugs, he was just a hermit. And they showed the way that he did it. That motherfucker was smart. He had a dune buggy and shit that he'd use, and he was smart about the way he went about it.
Yeah.
But he showed his like yard. He had a yard, dude. I bet had like 50 fucking vehicles. The hell is that? The leaf vacuum? Lawnmower.
Yep.
Yeah, god damn it. Oh yeah, side note, folks, if you hear it in the background, we got a neighbor here with a lawnmower running, so sorry about that. But yeah, this guy, he had like 50 cars, trucks and shit, all on his fucking property. And what it was is that the illegals were coming across the border, all right? And a lot of times their vehicles would fucking break down. And it turned out the military was fucking destroying these fucking vehicles. Yeah, if they caught them, they would fucking hustle them out of the damn cars and just like burn them. So the scrappers couldn't get them and people. But they'd come across his property and shit. And if their shit broke down, fuck you, that's my car. He'd just go out there and get it, drag it up, and then scrap it out. Like sell the motor to somebody that needs it. And
that's crazy. But that's intuitive.
Yeah.
Or not intuitive.
Well, it is his property.
Yeah, and it's ingenuity is what I meant to say.
Yeah. And it was kind of crazy. I mean, that whole documentary, it was good.
It seems like something that I would be interested in watching. Because, like, I love weird shit like that. Just going out there and finding, especially, like, stories of, like, people that you would never think of existed.
Dude, I had never fucking...
No, I hadn't either.
Never thought of that.
About it. Yeah.
You know? Now, I knew there was, like, fucking ship breakers and people like that, that if they caught, like over in India, where they sell the big ships and run them up on shore and cut them up. And
yeah.
They've been known, like, if they catch something adrift, like an old freighter that's fucked up or something, got abandoned, they'll fucking haul it up and just scrap it out.
Shit. Like, I've seen, like, photos of that where they've had like the whole front or like half of the ship cut off, and you see like all the little compartments and layers and shit. And it's really interesting stuff to like just see like cross sections of that shit, because you never think of like
how would you do it. I mean,
well, not only how you do it, but you never think of the components and what takes in the design of this thing. And it's like, oh, it's a damned old boat, it's just something that can float, it's got an engine on it.
Yeah, this ain't no inflatable rubber dinghy here.
Yeah. But you don't realize, like, the intricacies.
Well, like, the intricate nature of those fucking bombs and shit those guys were picking up. When they were showing what it would take for them to get it apart, and then they were showing how they had to remove the metal bolts, and just the absolute, almost caveman technology. Like, how do we loosen up these bolts? Well, it's real simple. We throw it in a fucking bonfire. And throw it in a bonfire, get the aluminum nice, hot, and soft, and pull it out, and they beat the shit out of it with a fucking sledgehammer until the steel pops out. Yeah, that way they have pure aluminum, get a better price. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and like, dude was showing, like, the tail section on them. He was showing how you would disconnect it from the fucking rest of it. You twist this part, yank up here, and I'm like, what crazy motherfucker figured that out? Here's a big 500-pounder literally sticking up out of the sand, where it didn't go off.
That's some Mad Max shit right there.
It is.
That is like,
fucking is.
It reminded me of like
that's what their vehicles look like.
Chum Bucket on the game being like, oh, there's a car of scrap half buried, and you go and you hook your harpoon to it and you pull it out of the sand and bang scrap everywhere.
That's basically what they fucking look like, dude. The old busted ass vehicles, been tore across, or they're tear-assing across the desert and shit. Because they'd show them like, they'd watch the fucking jets and shit fly over, and they're like, all right, we got about 30 minutes, man. And then they haul ass into the fucking bomb range, pick the shit up, and go hauling ass out. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, talking about that they've had to abandon because a sortie would come in, and that the fucking pilots aim at them.
There's no, like I thought these things weren't being, like what you talked about them scrapping on. although that land maybe have been like under military control, but they didn't bomb much.
No, they were talking about like every day, fucking just sortie after sortie after sortie. You know, I mean, crazy motherfuckers, dude.
There's no way in fuck.
No, fuck that. No, sir. You better come up with a goddamn robot, go out there and pick that shit up.
They would aim at that too and blow the shit out of that as well.
Oh, look at there. Gundam.
Gundam. Oh, God, no. Nope.
But yeah, that's some kind of documentaries and shit I like. The weird shit that pops up sometimes.
Well, here lately, and we had a big conversation about this.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been looking for just something to play, like in between, like.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Mad Max now steadily for months.
Yeah.
Haven't played like I've gotten pretty far along in the story.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really turned into one of those things of like, if I want to buckle down and play it, I really have to be in a certain mood to play.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I had watched a couple people play WoW on private servers.
Okay.
And
were you nostalgia'd hard?
Yeah. I got quite a bit of nostalgia, and so I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and give this a try. School some noobs,
mm-hmm.
and having seen like my former guild that I was in is now gotten to the point to where they're now selling their own merch.
Oh my god!
Yeah, which I think is like fucking hilarious. But you know, good for them. You know, they're making money off their shit if they're that damn good. So
yeah. They
deserve it, but
it just seems, you know, it's amazing the markets that people can open up for themselves. You know, I would have never have fucking thought of people doing that.
I got to reading in some statistics today that the top 5%
mm-hmm.
of WoW players are just as important
mm-hmm.
as the other 95%, the ones that aren't professional players.
How's that?
Like those 5%ers. Like, even though, like, the entire game does affect them as well,
mm-hmm.
if one of them quits, like, one of their teams,
mm-hmm.
the other 95% take notice. Like, even though, like, no one, like, not that many people, like, pay attention. Like,
they're the star athletes.
Yeah. They're like, say if all of a sudden Michael Phelps stops swimming.
Yeah.
Then everyone that is training to be a swimmer...
Well, he's just stopped swimming for a moment so he can go smoke a bong.
Yeah, so he can go blaze a bowl. But, you know, all those people will take notice of that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Joe Schmo on the high school fucking swim team, if he quits, no one's going to take, you know, a notice of it.
Yeah.
So, but it's like all the people are, like, sponsored by Razer and...
Gotcha.
All other good stuff.
I bet there's newsletters and shit for that. I bet you money there's a whole fucking media thing.
Oh, probably. Like, there's RSS feeds. Because I used to listen to a Blizzard-based podcast
mm-hmm.
Called The Instance, where they talked about like World of Warcraft news and like patches that were coming up and like different strategies and stuff, and like
mm-hmm.
how they were forming like their own things. But I got on this private server, and it was an Instant 90 server.
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead and like. I made a Pandarian Shadow Priest.
Of course.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Always.
Too bad you couldn't import what you already had.
Yeah, onto a private server. It would have been hellacious. Even though, like, my Warlords of Draenor gear was just, like, the bare basics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't like what I had back in Siege of Orgrimmar days. But,
just that's so much word salad to me.
Yeah, I just all tossed it. Well, I had the best shit... for one, and like when the later expansion came out, even though I was max level, I had just barely enough to get by.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I went through and I got like all of like the free gear and stuff, and I started dueling people
mm-hmm.
and noticing that the same glitch worked where I can kill people in friendly duels,
mm-hmm.
and people were like, "How the fuck can you do that?" It was just like entertaining as it all was, like right then, and then like. Within probably about 20 minutes of doing that,
mm-hmm.
I just turned around and fucking uninstalled and deleted it.
Yeah,
it was dead.
Yeah.
Like, I came to terms now, like, if I was to, like, to go, like, if there was, like, a trial thing, was like, come back to WoW for a week, see if you still like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably take it. I'd probably do the exact same thing of 20 minutes in and be like, it's dead.
Yeah.
And leave. And
I'm surprised you don't get nag things. They're begging you back. And
nah, I had a couple of buddies, like, by the time I ended playing, that, like, if I wanted to, I can go back and talk to them, but I think the game had gotten pretty much to the point of just staleness for them too, like it did for me.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it didn't matter, like, who I played with, it was just like I could connect with anyone. Mm-hmm. Like, when it comes to the internet, I'm a little bit of a social butterfly and can just, like, talk to people and it's no problem.
Yeah. That's why I'm telling you, you need to be the one to run the damn Twitter account. I never post nothing because, fuck, I don't know what to put on there.
It just comes to me, like, just random shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about the community itself. It was, for me, it was more about the game.
Yeah.
And
well, you were telling me, before about how you enjoyed it, like when you were lower level and shit, and you and your buddy, trying to. Yeah,
we were trying as night elves back when I first started playing on our private server.
Yeah.
Get off my back. I was a broke high school kid, you fucking assholes. Mm-hmm. But I was on a private server and I had, like, 2 friends that I had met up with, like, in-game friends, and we just explored around and killed shit.
Yeah.
And like the world felt huge.
Yeah, and it was all new and fresh.
Yeah. It was like one of these things of, like, I think I just came off of, like, watching The Lord of the Rings again. Because, that's when it was, like, nearing the twilight of its huge popularity.
Yeah.
But still, it was, like, one of those things that was cool as shit to me. Mm-hmm. Being an elf in this fantasy realm and, kind of connected it all together. And, like, there's the human city in the World of Warcraft. It's called Stormwind. It's the most popular city, or was the most popular city for, people to hang out in. Mm-hmm. And our whole thing was we wanted to try and get to Stormwind. Mm-hmm. And as a night elf, it's possibly the hardest, at least back during the Burning Crusade days, to make it to Stormwind.
Yeah, so you made your own quest.
Yeah. So we would, like, we found on the map, and, like, we follow the roads and, like, follow the road signs and, like, travel all the way through, and we would, like, bring up maps, like, like on our computers, and see, it's like, oh yeah, it's this road that leads down to here, and there's this boat that takes us to there.
Yeah.
And we hit a roadblock coming into something, a territory called the Barrens, which was primarily Horde, but it was contested. And of course there's the Alliance Horde, faction war. Well, there was orc guards right there at the border to the Barrens that were, like, level 60 elites that would just one-shot, like, my little level 18 ass, like, every single time they would come upon me. And it was this thing of, like, oh, we kind of found the glitch to be able to, like, repeatedly jump up the hill and get up to the top of it and be able to go back down and, like, run across the other side, but still, like, we would end up getting to, like, the little town, like, in the dead center of the Barrens, and get fucking waxed by those guys and be ported back to our graveyard.
Just desperately trying to get somewhere where you can fucking save. And...
Yeah. But
I can see where you would enjoy that. I mean,
yeah,
I've never been into it. It just never appealed to me at all. But I could see where when a person that's into it, yeah, I could see where they get their fun,
And I know a lot of people, like I'll refer to raiding as a part of that game as what made it feel like work. But if it wasn't for the schedule, like, if I could have just jumped on, raided, got what I needed and gotten out, like, if everyone could have pulled their weight equally, and the actual challenge was trying to figure out the boss instead of the dumbass that keeps running into fire, then raiding would have even been fun.
Goddamn, Leroy, fucking get with it.
Oh god. All right, I explained to you a little bit of this fight. There was an orc general at the end of the second stage of this raid called the Siege of Orgrimmar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what they call a 2-tank fight, meaning that tanks will switch back and forth of who like the boss is attacking.
Okay.
While this is happening, there's a axe weapon that's spinning around the room. He'll do an area of effect attack that'll like mark an X, like in the middle. If you're standing anywhere near that, you're fucked. But yet again, it choreographs it at least like 5 seconds before it explodes.
Yeah, it gives you a chance to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. And then periodically throughout the match, he'll call in like a shaman, a warrior, and occasionally a rogue or a thief to be invisible and attack someone, chain someone up, and you have to kill him. And I think like a warlock I do believe a warlock too. But this fight's mechanics aren't impossible to get down. Like any fucking fight. You just have to pay attention. That's all you'd have to do. And I remember we hit, like there was nothing like later on fights, like you had a bomb that would get strapped to you and you had to run away from people, and like you had to pay attention to like when the bombs were on you, and then to when like how far away you were, and like make sure yourself was healed up and like try to shake the bombs off at the same time. That's a complicated mechanic. A not complicated mechanic is not standing in the shit.
Yeah.
Taking out the stuff that needs to be taken out when it needs to be taken out. Help other people take out that shit.
Yeah.
And don't attack the boss during a certain period of time, or else he'll get even angrier and hit even harder.
Yeah.
That fight, over and over and over again, the same mistakes were being made by the same people.
That's the thing that drives me away from games.
Of being able to coordinate? Oh, yeah.
No. The repetition.
Oh.
Especially I get to a point, and it's not that I'm like, oh, fuck this game, you know, I can't hack it.
Yeah.
It's just when you do something over and over and over, and it gets so goddamn frustrating. Yeah, I can either keep playing it and bust my fucking controller, or I have to walk away from it.
Fetch quests.
Yeah.
Like every
escort missions, that's the one I fucking hate.
Well, the fetch quest, playing World of Warcraft, I'm not even gonna like dumb it down. I've probably done over 10,000 fetch quests, like, and I haven't even scratched the surface on all of the quests I can possibly do.
Yeah.
But it's talk to one guy, go to one area, kill one thing, grab one thing, give back to another guy, or go talk to guy A to guy B. Guy B will then splinter off and give you a whole another section of quest.
Well,
it's how they move you through
the
areas, and so you like see all different areas of the same zone, and like you can learn. It's like, oh yeah, these guys will drop this, or these guys have humanoids, so they'll drop cloth. And then Warlords of Draenor came out and made farming for cloth and going out and exploring the world completely fucking useless.
Yeah.
Because you can just stay in your garrison all day.
Yeah, let's just nerf the whole economy. We don't need that.
No. Let's only have purples selling the economy and no cloth whatsoever, and like stuff that actually was trading goods, and like how I used to run the gold and silver market on my server and like game that system a little bit.
Yeah, all that shit went away.
It was gone. Like the only reason why anyone should have like bought gear on the auction house was disenchanters to just break that shit down. And I described to you that World of Warcraft got, to me, like the differences in age and snow days.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, snow days are fucking awesome. You're outside of school, you get to like throw snowballs around, make snow angels, build snowmen.
Yeah, but while you're looking out the window going, wow, your dad's looking out the window going, God damn it, I gotta shovel that goddamn car.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, and like World of Warcraft made it, I was like, wow, look at this amazingly expansive world. I can do anything I want to here. To, fuck, I gotta raid with this dick.
Well, you know, I was telling you, the thing that drives me nuts about games in general, and this is almost any fucking game, I hate escort missions.
Yeah.
That's one of them that drives me bug shit. I hate that shit. Like, you know how it goes. You know, guard this wagon, guard this fucking truck.
Resident Evil 4. You would absolutely love that game.
Oh yeah,
it's a giant escort mission. The entire game.
Fuck that. Like, I've been playing Command & Conquer Generals in the expansion 0 Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Now, every Command & Conquer is the same goddamn game. And I've been playing it, and it's funny. I love the game in a way. I just love combat. I'd love to play it against somebody.
Yeah.
You know, head to head. But I think I'd want to play it in a LAN, like, with somebody sitting across from me. Instead of some random jackass who the fuck knows who he is, you know?
It's like how I used to play Halo on PC against guys from Mexico all the time.
Yeah.
It was weird playing against them because like they sucked dick at the game and so did I, and so it made everything kind of equal.
Well, like I said, I've been playing this and I got pretty far into it. You know, I've done goddamn near beat everything. But it occurred to me at one point, I was like, this is why I quit playing fucking Command & Conquer. It's the same fucking thing, you know? It's build your shit up, then go fight. Build up some more, go fight some more.
But that's all RTSs, though.
Yeah. But there's a couple of missions where it's all on rails. You have to go... There's a certain rail system, you know, from point A to point B, point C, point D. And this one, you go through the whole fucking map, and you're the, quote, terrorist. All right? You know, the group, the GLA or whatever they call them in that game.
Yeah.
And you have to steal vehicles and build up a force, you know, to have some chance of getting through it. And then at the end, it's a fucking escort mission because you've got to guard the trucks as they're loading a fucking cargo plane. The on rails bullshit up to that, which is driving me bug shit. And then all of a sudden an escort thing. I was like, you motherfucker.
Another quest type that I hate, or another mission type that I hate, is a follow that guy quest.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
well, that's kind of an escort thing if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like the reverse escort mission.
Yeah,
like they make the NPC either drive or walk as slow as the game engine possibly will make it, and like you have to be like an arbitrary amount of a length away from him, and it doesn't matter. LA Noire. One of my like favorite games, possibly my favorite game on the PS3, was the worst at doing this.
Yeah.
And like, even though I will give that game praise and like up one side down the other for making me invest in the story, for like the gameplay, even though it was GTA, it still was really good. It was such like a refreshing, you know, take on things.
You're just supposed to catch a train, CJ.
Supposed to follow that train, CJ.
Yeah.
But the escort missions, and it does like the cheesy like 1940 shit, oh well, you take a seat on a bench and open up the newspaper, but yet still watch your target.
Yeah. And
like, even though it's new for, you know, follow that dude quest, you're still on a follow that dude quest. Like, I failed one so many times. Like, on a mission, I was like, fuck it. And, like, when the skip option came up, I was like, yeah, just skip this part.
Yeah, I don't fucking care no more.
Like, I have been made so angry by this one part, I just want to continue the quest.
Yeah. Well, another one, like, in the Command and Conquer thing, a lot of games do this, you know, fighting games like that. And, you know, StarCraft, dude, it's StarCraft all over. It's a fucking Zerg rush on your ass. You know, you're building up...
You must build additional pylons.
Exactly. And next thing you know, like, I'm playing this, and where in the fuck did all these goddamn tanks come from? It's nuts.
Which, you know where the Zerg Rush tactic came from? And I got to thinking about this probably months ago. Is like, you remember in Warcraft 3 playing as the undead? How your ziggurats, which were guard towers also, like were like the farms for the humans? That's where Zerg Rushes came from. Because you can just build up ghouls in no time, completely protect your base, and then send all your ghouls to another base. And have them attack it. So I guess before, like, it would either be Ghoul Rush or Zerg Rush. I don't know, like...
Yeah.
Like, probably Zergs did come from first, but that same tactic was used for the undead.
Mongolian hordes.
Yeah. Which have you like? I know you watch a little bit of Twitch. I don't know if you watch too much of it.
Sometimes,
I've probably talked before about how I absolutely adore Total Biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
He will do the eSports commentary over StarCraft quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And some of his streams are actually him doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It is, like, StarCraft for me is one of those games, especially StarCraft 2, that I'd much rather watch the competitive guys play than actually play myself.
Yeah.
And, like, even though, like, I don't know any of the strategies, I don't know what's going on, I just like actually seeing the competition of it.
Yeah.
And, which is the complete opposite of me, like, watching arena teams for the World of Warcraft, because I'll get into that and I'm like, oh yeah, that Shadow Priest is doing that and that guy is doing that and that shit. And it's like being me. It's like pretty much would be your same experience of me watching wrestling.
Yeah.
With me watching fucking World of Warcraft eSports.
Yeah. I don't think there's enough beer in the world for me to fucking sit through that.
Oh god.
The only thing worse is people playing fucking WWE Vigi games.
As eSports?
Oh my god.
That'll never work because they can't make a fucking WWE game that isn't so fucking...
I'm amazed they haven't cashed in on it already.
Broken and monotonous. Like, I don't understand how...
If they thought they could make some money, you know...
That they would.
They would.
On the fighting game circuit. It's just like the way that fighting games are really like... kind of made into esports is that every one of the characters is on the same level. Whereas in a wrestling game and like boxing games and UFC games, it has to deal with stats of the individual. Which if you were to like, I guess if you can learn a fighting style, like one guy could still whoop the shit out of the other one because he might have a little bit more stamina than the other. But stuff like Street Fighter, Tekken, Smash Brothers.
I can't play no Tekken. I never liked Tekken. Never did.
Don't worry, I didn't either. I don't like the button system.
I didn't like the way it looked when I first saw it. The first fucking time I sit and watch somebody play Tekken, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This looks like shit.
Well, I have Tekken on the PS3, and it does look exceptionally better. But
I'm talking about like... God, I think this was like...
PS1?
Yeah, PS1 or something.
Like those block characters.
It was horrible.
Yeah. But, of course, it looks significantly better on PS3, but I don't like it's not really... It's just the fighting system itself. It's the same reason why I can't get Soul Calibur. It's because it's complicated as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Street Fighter, you can go in there and whoop some ass and just smash some buttons. It's the same way with Mortal Kombat.
I remember years ago... It was a kind of cool game, but it was just too fucking complicated for me. Too many fucking specials. It was Killer Instinct.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I had a buddy of mine, dude. He knew every fucking special move. Every character's special move. You could not fucking beat him. But the thing was, I remember we'd be playing that, and I'm like, well, you know what? Fuck this. Get the Super Nintendo out. I'm going to whoop your ass at Street Fighter Alpha. To me, that is the ultimate head-to-head fighting game.
Street Fighter Alpha?
Oh my god, yes.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. I love Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but there's something to be said about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Especially with all of its characters. Because I don't believe there's the Hulk in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Well, that'd be just...
Well, he was in the second one, so...
Well, if you actually did the character right, there's no beating him.
No.
I mean, the more you beat on him, the bigger he gets, the stronger he gets.
Yeah.
You know?
But I had, all right.
The Hulk is like the perfect end boss for a game.
Yeah. Or the perfect protagonist playable character for a video game like they did in the PlayStation 2 game, which was really fun.
Well, I think he'd be a good boss, though, because you could show him getting just bigger and bigger and bigger, and the damage is, fucking going up astronomically.
But
to the point he's like whooping the shit out of Thor.
Yeah. I had, I watched something where someone explained how they don't understand why League of Legends is one of like these hyper competitive esports games, because he broke it down with League of Legends, you'll get 10 guys, 5 guys on each team that are exceptionally good on the game, and this goes for the same way for World of Warcraft and StarCraft guys, even though like they all have different strategies and different ways that they work.
Yeah.
But League and those other two are pretty much a stalemate until one of the team members slips.
Oh, it's like chess.
Yeah, it's just like a stalemate, and the entire time it could be like 20 minutes of like standing underneath your torrent and like just farming fucking mobs, and then like going down lanes looking for someone to slip up.
Yeah.
Well,
that's any game, dude. I mean, down to checkers, you know. If two people know what they're fucking doing, the game is almost deadlocked, automatic.
Yeah, but you have like fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Super Smash Brothers, where if a player is better than the other one, then it's really their time to shine and show they can whoop some ass.
Yeah.
Like that's solely skill based.
Yeah.
And they don't like really stream all of that much for those, but I would really love to enjoy, or I would really enjoy like watching, you know, something like that that's more skill based over something that's more, oh, I know this guy's gonna slip up when, or pretty much just like I guess it would be beating on a rock with a stick till it breaks. Is the best way to kind of put those three categories of esports.
Yeah, whose stick breaks first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which one accidentally drops the stick in mid-swing? Yeah.
And,
well, I don't know, man. I've seen it where they're trying to push the idea that they're, quote, athletes. And I don't know. I accept it at a level, but I'm like, dude, yeah, you're mashing a button continuously for 3 hours. There's some stamina to that, right? But your ass ain't running a 5-minute mile.
No, but
yeah,
I'm kind of torn with that subject as well.
Yeah, this isn't fucking cross-country alpine skiing here, you know?
No, but they do train and hone their skill for hours on end every day.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said about someone that can perform in front of a crowd with like lights and television cameras and all kinds of other shit on you while you're trying to concentrate and work with your buddies on this game. In
a weird way, at least on the physicalness of it, I would point more towards like, I don't know how to, athleticism to fucking Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh yeah, just for
some dude fucking busting ass for like 3 hours on that fucking thing.
Pure cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's more so than a fucking, maybe what a goddamn basketball player would do. Or, you know, think about all the running, jumping and shit, like a cross-country runner.
But still,
that
like,
kind of thing.
With Dance Dance Revolution, you also have to factor in, like, there's the timing of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, with, like, basketball and other sports, like, you also have to take in consideration, like, different plays. What your opponent may or may not do. How to get the ball or how to move forward within the game to be able to score a point.
Well, they said, how do they pace themselves? What are they physically, you know, what is their what's their skill level on a physical level, you know?
Their skill level on a physical level, and then their skill level on a mental level.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe that, you know, esports has maybe more than, you know, the linemen on the football team, because like they don't really have to know that many plays. All they have to do is be stronger than the other guy.
Well, it's almost like me and you talked once about MMA versus wrestling.
Yeah.
Both of them, when you really look at it, they're top of their fucking game, but in different directions.
Yeah.
You know, two guys actually physically beating the living fuck out of each other in MMA versus a guy who jobs that shit for 6 months.
Yeah. Like I asked you the question, and I'll ask everyone this question of what would you rather do?
Yeah.
Have one MMA fight over a 6-month period, or have to wrestle 5 out of 7 days of the week for 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only, you know, in between time is you sitting in a hotel or in a fucking car going between cities.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so you're not really getting exercise except for in the ring. Dude, I'd rather just get in the fucking, the end of the fucking pit and have some dude beat my ass for fucking 5 seconds.
Yeah, it would just be, like, it would pretty much be one knockout punch or kick, and, like, I'm done. Like, you can throw your hands up after you take that first hit, But with wrestling, it's Vince McMahon riding around in this giant fucking adult big wheel, wearing a fez on top of his head, be like, well, you need to sell that move a little better. You a little bit of flip into it backwards, and
3 weeks into it, I'm thinking about eating a goddamn 12 gauge. You know,
I bet there are quite a few that have.
Probably.
Oh God. But
yeah, like I said, I think, you know, electronic sports versus fucking other sports. It's they're both sports, but in completely different directions.
Okay, I have a little bit of a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling is probably the least athletic thing on ESPN2.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, there's a lot of physical skill
in bowling. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. ESPN refused to acknowledge eSports at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yet they have bowling on.
And pool.
And pool, yeah.
Yeah.
They have poker.
Yeah,
on
what
ESPN2.
The fuck?
Which if you want to boil it down,
that is like a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do they show chess tournaments?
They might.
Yeah.
I know they have I think they had the spelling bee on ESPN. I'm not even joking about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
if we have mental athletics,
then why isn't esports on there?
Yeah.
Too? Especially
if it ain't nothing but fucking world's best Jeopardy players, you know.
Like ESPN is missing like such a huge part of the market.
Yeah.
For not acknowledging esports.
Dude, they could straight up make fucking, at least if they want to focus on it, just say, look, we're going to have it, but it's going to be classic sports. You know, make a fucking deal with EA Games or something, you know, and like, okay, it's time for fucking Madden football. That kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Traditional sports, but the video games.
Yeah, but they're not really played as an esport.
Yeah, I bet there's people that compete.
Oh yeah, there's probably like small competitions, but they're not on the level of like League of Legends or StarCraft. No. And you're not really like, I think with sports fans, like they're not going to sit around and want to watch two guys play Madden.
Well,
they'll just turn on their Xbox and play Madden.
Ultimately, I've never understood sports because I've always maintained that you could take a fucking game from 10 years ago, as long as I don't see the crowd. And I don't see like different hairstyles and shit that's out of date. You could show me a game from 10 years ago and I wouldn't fucking know it's not today.
The funny thing is you could probably do that with the past 7 Madden games.
Yeah.
At least.
That's what I'm saying. To me, it's the same fucking game over and over and over and over.
It's like that's why the only 2 sports games I bought for the PS3, and like I bought it right before I bought my PS4, was MLB The Show 14 and college football, which they're not making college football games anymore, even though they're one of the highest selling. They're the second highest football making brand.
Yeah, well. I guess the colleges had to admit that, you know, their players are kind of professionals. They just, quote, don't pay them.
Yeah, Northwestern kind of fucked that over for the fans.
Yeah. Sorry, you do pay your fucking players. It's called an education.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are paying them. They are professionals.
See, that's the only football game series that I will pick up and play is NCAA football. Because it's all the teams I know. I don't really give a shit about like sports and stars and shit for Madden. It's like, I want to see college kids beat the shit out of each other, which we've already had this conversation before.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
So it's just, to me, it's kind of dumb that ESPN would not only go out there and be like, nah, I don't want to make millions of dollars, but also insult possibly like an entire...
Yeah, these kids aren't, you know, they're not going to grow up and still be a big fucking market.
No.
You know, why should ESPN think about, you know, the next 10 to 20 years?
No.
Yeah.
Like they're just not, it's not the most popular thing watched on Twitch at all, which Amazon just bought, you know?
Yeah. It's just fucking ridiculous, man. It's shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
And you'd think that at least one fucking dude somewhere on the fucking board of directors would say, you know, we'd like this fucking show, this channel to be here 20 years from now. You know, 20 years from now, people might not give a fuck about football and goddamn baseball no more unless it's in a fucking video game. You know? It might go that way.
Yeah.
Shit's going to get so realistic looking, dude. You know, especially with VR shit coming out. You might be watching a fucking game and you wouldn't know that this isn't fucking live.
I think what they'll most likely do with VR in regards to professional sports, especially football, is helmet cams.
Yeah.
And so, like, people that could, like, tune into CBS football Sunday, is they can put on their Oculus that's plugged in their television somehow and, like, fucking see everything through, like, a defensive lineman's or a defensive, like...
Or sit in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to go watch the game, and it might be a video game being played between, like I said, the championship players or something, and you're in the fucking stadium, you know?
But it would be so fucking crazy for me to think about, like it's like the real quarterback, and you're sitting there, and he's got like a little camera right here, and you get to see like the hike and the drawback and like who he picks and shit, and just as he's hitting when going down, and then like once that ball hits its receiver or if it's intercepted, the Oculus will change, like who viewpoint it's from, over into the guy that's got the ball. Like, that would be so fucking crazy to watch a game from that perspective.
Ball cam. You know, you are the ball.
Yeah.
That's the way I would sell it.
Yeah.
You know, you are the ball.
It's like just leaping from player to player automatically.
They say keep your eye on the ball. Well, now you are the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Copyright Picklestick Productions.
Like goal cam. Like for basketball, where the ball gets hit into your face every single time.
Yeah. Or what they call it, slam cam there for a while. Getting away from video games, I want to talk about something else I saw. I thought was pretty good. I watched this fan movie that come out, I think about a week or so ago. And it's called Star Trek Horizons. And it's a fan movie. Now, the acting on it is kind of wooden. You know, the acting could have been better. But I'm going to be honest, I enjoyed that more than I did fucking JJ's fucking bullshit. You know, these recent fucking big time movies. It was really good. The film is all about the ship, and I think it was called the Discovery. All right. And it's during the Enterprise era. And it's fucking neat. And it deals with like one of the last remnants of the fucking temporal Cold War. And, you know, that he's trying to revenge the destruction of Romulus, you know, in the 24th century and shit. And it's fucking awesome as hell. I mean, some of it's got some good fucking story to it.
As a Vulcan sympathizer, I have to express my outwardly hatred of those fuckbag Romulans.
Yeah. Well, in this, the humans and like I said, the humans and the Vulcans, they get up a fleet. You find out that, how do I put it? They find out of a weapon that's built, you know, like way the hell off, right? And the Romulans and shit are building it, and they go to deal with it. They send a whole fucking fleet of Vulcan and human ships. Big ass fucking fight. And one of the things that they were given, the Discovery was given, was these, I can't remember what they call them. Try-something torpedoes. It's supposed to be like experimental shit that was being sent with them to try it out. Tri-cobalt. Yeah, tri-cobalt torpedoes. And at the very end, the weapon's charging. There's gravitational fucking distortions coming from it as it's charging up. And they hit it with the fucking weapons. And spoilers, they get fucking transported. Like they're trying to get away from the blast and it sucks them in. They just can't get away from it. Gravity, you know, just sucks them in. And you remember how far Voyager got fucking thrown? Like into the Delta Quadrant?
Yeah.
That was in the galaxy though, right? They get thrown to a fucking different galaxy. And you find out that there was a race 250,000 years ago that they had a federation and controlled the universe, trying to help. And there was a rebel group that rose up and defeated them. Well, the last remnants of the people that kind of run the galaxy took their super weapon and the planet and went to another fucking galaxy with it.
Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Ancient universal empire, you would say, taken out by a bunch of
in a galaxy
rebels
in a galaxy far, far away. Yep.
In Star Trek.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, they get there and they find this planet and they find the remains, the weapon and all.
So, what was it, a desert planet, by the way?
No, it's like an Earth. But like they showed the trees are all purple and the grass is purple. Very Earth-like but different colors,
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, are we talking about like indoor here or?
Well, I mean, nothing had lived on this planet for 250,000 years. And they get there and here's this fucking Romulan. Like I said, he's from the year 2800 and he's traveled back 400 years to try to stop the destruction of Romulus.
So he's just pissed off.
Yeah, and he's got a hold of this weapon and the ability to travel fucking between galaxies and shit, And then some of the fucking little time cops, you could call them. This woman appears and you find out she's an agent, temporal agent from the future.
Time cops.
You don't remember Enterprise, dude?
No, I remember Enterprise, but still, it's such a funny...
Yeah, I understand what you're getting at, but like I said, it was... Acting-wise, it's not good. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, you know how shitty and low budget some of the early fucking Trek was? I'll forgive that shit. Trek is one of them that I am so willing to forgive cheesiness.
Yeah. See, like, Star Trek just in general.
Yeah.
No matter, like, how big the budget is.
Yeah.
There is a certain campiness.
Yeah.
That it's able to get away with because, Star Trek.
Exactly. I mean, it's a good episode, but cheesy as hell. Spock's brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cheesy as fuck.
Oh, let's...
Yeah, the Horta.
Why is there a rock donut that shows, like, pictures of before times that you can step into?
Oh, the Guardian?
Yeah, the rock donut.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking also the Horta, who was obviously like a fucking wadded up tarp. You remember the creature that could, like, eat stone and laid all them eggs and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that sparkly thing that just happens to be a temporal being? There's quite a few just sparkly things that come up on the ship's screen.
Yeah.
And then you have the episode that has the ancient gods in it.
Yeah, the Apollo and all that.
And then you have.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I think for fan films, Star Trek's a perfect thing for fans
because you can throw anything into it.
Yeah, and people are willing to accept cheesiness, and they just, dude, these people you could tell love that fucking show, and God bless them. Good job, guys. Good job.
What I think would be hilarious would to see a fan made short of a slacker that lives on Earth during the time of the Federation.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'd like to see the free men that live like supposed to be like, was it Montana, Wyoming, that refused to go along with the Federation?
Nah, fuck all that shit where they're just actually showing and having a real story and character development. I want to see the dude at home naked in a beanbag chair eating Cheetos.
Watching Ow My Balls.
Yeah.
Well, another one I thought would be great. You remember they introduced the character in Enterprise, the guy who he growed up on board of like a fucking freighter. Mm-hmm. A boomer going between planets, and it would go on like 4-year missions back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would get a kick out of a show like that. It'd be the ultimate bottle show. It'd almost be a fucking soap opera about the crew.
Yet again,
what is their how do they react in their interpersonal relations? And
yet again, we're such nerds that if the next Star Wars movie was 2 stormtroopers in a bathroom talking to each other, Then we would go and watch the one and be like, oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Stormtrooper clerks.
Yeah, Stormtrooper clerks, like the two guys that are at the weapons and armor desk that have to hand out the goods.
Yeah, the quartermasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys that are just sitting there and be like going through a porno mag like Randall.
The other one's got his head down. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
You know my cousin was on the Death Star? He wasn't supposed to be there that day either.
Then they do the whole contractor bit from Clerks.
Oh, yeah. You know, I know someone who worked on the Death Star. No way.
Yeah.
You know, I told my cousin Harold not to take that contract. Yeah. But he was like, it's for the Emperor, you know? I'm going to get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, you know how many credits I'm going to get for this?
1 week later, a whole bunch of rebels came in, blew it up just like they did the first one.
And I was like, damn. You didn't see that coming, Harold. Damn, you know?
He was floating in space for 3 weeks before they picked him up.
He was a corpsicle, man.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Mm-hmm. When they found him, man, he'd half burned up coming down through the atmosphere of Endor, man. The fucking little goddamn teddy bears were eating his ass. They had him all racked up and serving him up with some fucking sauce. It was awful.
All right, here is like some kind of weird thoughts. Mm-hmm. Okay, the helmets that the Ewoks were playing in the third movie, they killed and ate those people, right?
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Okay.
I mean, they established that humans and Wookiees, they seen them as food source.
Where did Leia get that random dress from?
Don't really know. I mean, it looked kind of homemade, like maybe the Ewoks threw something together for her.
All right. I heard a different theory.
Okay.
That there had been humans that come to that planet before.
Well, technically there had, yeah.
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 And so Leia was wearing a dress that someone who Ewoks ate.
That's quite possible. That is quite possible. I mean,
are Ewoks the evilest, cutest motherfuckers in the entire galaxy, or
well, they're primitive creatures. They'd already had major problems with the Empire.
Yeah,
you know, and another thing they never really touch about in that movie is that it was supposed to have been thousands of Ewoks fighting an entire fucking legion. You know, everybody talks about it. Now, wait a minute. They're fighting the goddamn, Empire with fucking rocks and sticks. This is horse shit. You know, like it's just 20 versus 20 or something. The concept was supposed to be there was thousands of these fucking things. And you remember like the death scene where the one's crying over his friend? Mm-hmm. You know, that's supposed to be representative of like a fucking 1,000 deaths. You know, these little primitives fucking... Well, it's like the Zulu, you know, the British trying to fight the Zulu hordes. That's the equivalent of what was happening. You know, you had the more primitive, group fighting.
Yeah, but you didn't have the Zulu blowing up any tanker that the.
Yeah, but think about it though. I'm sure they raided fucking wagon trains and. When they got a chance, they fucking probably destroyed cannons and Gatling guns, any equipment they could get a hold of.
Yeah, I don't doubt that one bit.
If they could have got to a fucking ship, they'd have sunk that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like such an odd idea of you have possibly, like, for lack of a better word, the cutest thing in the entire Star Wars universe, also being possibly one of the most deadly to humans.
Yeah,
and that's something they never touch on. Like you shouldn't have that wicked plush stuffed animal because that may as well be having my buddy from Child's Play.
Yeah. Well, look at Wicket's first reaction with Leia. You know, his first reaction, he had to spear her out and shit, and he was spooked by her. But the idea was, Wicket. Once again, it's some goddamn Ewok movies. Wicket had already had interaction with humans, and understood that some of them were good, and so he sensed that Leia was a good person.
At what point?
Which could be technically her force, her innate force.
At what point to an Ewok does someone become go from good to food.
I guess when his ass gets hungry. I mean, come on, man. I mean, at what point with you, how many meals do you have to miss before
Fido becomes stir fry?
Exactly.
But to me, that's been like a little bit of a strange idea that I've had been kind of put into my head. Mm-hmm. But it was one of those things that I kind of left back then and be like, those stormtrooper helmets used to have faces in them, and you're like, oh god.
I've always just kind of accepted it. Yeah, they were primitive creatures.
Like,
and, you know,
I have less.
And, like I said, already pissed off at the fucking Empire.
But I have less of a problem with Bosk, like Boska's race, mm-hmm. and the Wookiees. Mm-hmm. I have less of a problem with them eating people mm-hmm. than I do with Ewoks eating people.
Bosk's people would even eat the fucking Wookiees.
Yeah. They're also cannibals too.
Well, the Wookiees though would also eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Bosk, they were also cannibals.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter who they ate. But yet, I don't really have a problem with that because I guess mm-hmm. I guess both of those things are less humanized than what the Ewoks are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know yourself that any time the human race meets an alien, one of them's getting eaten.
Yeah, it's just going to see if that tastes like chicken.
Yeah, it's going to be like...
it's going to be like Oddworld, where they went through like all the different alien races and ate them until they were extinct.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine that's going to be like human McDonald's in the future.
I was thinking...
It's going to be that giant corporation that's going to go through and eat everything till it's extinct.
Well, it's like also in District 9.
Oh, yeah, the prawns?
Yeah, where they were eating the prawns. Yeah.
Dude, that's a giant shrimp. When do you fucking have a chance to eat that, though?
Yeah. Well,
you know how much like that would actually make buying the economy size cocktail sauce fucking worth something.
You'd be dipping it in a paint bucket.
Yeah. Look at this shit.
Damn.
It would look like Fred Flintstone, his shrimp that he would eat. He would throw it on top of his car so he could drive home with it.
Yeah. Damn. And you know, like I said, I'd never thought about some of that, but you got a point, man. Maybe Leia was wearing a victim's dress.
Yeah. Because it looked like... How long were they on Endor? Like a day?
Yeah, a couple of days or something.
Yeah, but you're still gonna... Like, your mom sews. Mm-hmm. You know how long it takes for someone to stitch something together like that?
Yeah, especially something like leather and...
Yeah, that's not going to be done in 2 days.
True. But if you think about it, though, they did have a night before. You remember whenever C-3PO...
It's still not going to be done in, like, 2.5 days. Like, that's going to at least take a week or two.
Okay, you got thousands of men. You know, all the men folk are fighting the Empire. Well, what about the females?
They're probably fighting the Empire, too.
Possibly. They, you never seen it. They didn't show it.
It's like women in Native American times. If their village was being attacked, they would also take up arms too.
Hell, even now, if we're getting attacked, you heifers better grab a gun too.
Yeah. So I don't think they had enough time to be sitting around fucking sewing some dress for someone that Wicket met out in the woods earlier that day.
When the big floating golden god tells them to do something, they might have jumped on it.
Yeah, but I think it's more likely that's the dress of someone they ate.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, come to think of it too, why the fuck did she have to change her fucking clothes?
I don't know. It's not like her speeder bike gear got dirty at all.
Yeah.
Because it was still white.
Sorry, you're on an away mission. You need to expect, you're in the woods. It may be a fucking week until you get back.
Who would take a dress out to the woods of Endor anyway? Like, let's be completely realistic here. Like, you wouldn't pack a business suit to go stay out in the woods for a day, would you?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I might need a change of clothes. Better grab this Italian fucking sweater and, my khakis.
I don't know, the primitive look of them, though, told me that it was something that the Ewoks made. Like maybe for her. like to honor her, as a warrior or something.
But yet again, it could have just been old and ragged from it sitting around for a little while of someone they fucking ate.
Some poor survivors of a crash.
Yeah.
That lived on the planet for a fucking year or two,
Which, dude, that's another thing too. Like,
well, that's the story from the fucking Ewok movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, people had crashed and shit, and they were surviving. And
who would let a kid pilot an X-Wing in the first place? like the prequels.
Yeah.
That little bastard, he just stole it. He just straight up he stole it.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been put in a fucking prison on,
when he grabbed the Naboo fighter?
Yeah, on whatever the fucking, Naboo.
He didn't steal it. He was just a dumbass punching buttons and it took off.
Bullshit, he stole it. Like he was supposed to be this ace badass pilot.
Yeah.
That won the pod race. You think he's gonna hop in this thing and not know it's like, oh yeah, it's the start button, and just like play it off as being a dumbass kid? No, fuck that guy. He fucking stole it.
Yeah, this kid's so fucking smart. He's building a goddamn hot rod racer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking magical floating hot rod racer.
This ain't fucking Spanky and my gang making fucking soapbox cars and pushing them downhill.
Like, it's pretty impressive that you built C-3PO. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking impressive.
But technically, he just rebuilt an old unit that already existed.
Yeah. But
okay, you put together a computer out of old components. Smart kid. Yeah.
But this fucker also built a goddamn magical floating pod racer that was held together somehow by electricity.
Yeah.
Right?
That'd be like walking out and little fucking 10-year-old Timmy, you walk out and here's this goddamn hopped up 55 Chevrolet with a big old 500 Cadillac big block in it.
I would go even further. This is like you walking outside and little Timmy's just built an F-16 out in the middle of the backyard. And be like, what the fuck is this? It's like, I made it, Dad! It's like, the fuck you did? What military base did you get this from? You
were with them scrappers, you little fucker, weren't you?
I found it, I promise.
Yeah, on the fucking bomb range, you little bastard.
Well, you're gonna find it right back to where you got it from, you little piece of shit.
Oh, hell no.
Nope. I'm looking up in the sky for drones and shit. Nope. I'm
gonna get fucking waterboarded, you little shit. Thanks a lot. They're gonna have me in Club Gitmo, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna be sitting next to fucking Ahmed, the fucking dead terrorist. Fuck this shit.
He's gonna show me how to build so many goddamn bombs. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh, fuck no. No.
Yeah, but that was something like I had a little bit of, like, I have a fuck ton of problems with those movies anyway. We gotta get that little, like, that's something I've never, like, heard brought up. It's like, that little shit stole it.
Yeah.
You just straight up just fucking stole it.
Yeah.
Since when does the Jedi Order allow stealing to be a part of their thing?
Probably only if it serves the greater good.
Okay. I can see that too.
Like they allow killing if it serves the greater good.
Yeah.
And which, yeah.
Even though he was the one to like blow up the Trade Federation bitten out donut hole looking thing.
Oh, fuck the movie. Fuck the movies. Fuck them. No, we've been talking Ewok movies and goddamn prequels. Fuck no, I can't take this no more. No. We were talking about something cool as shit. We're talking about Star Trek. And,
Job well done.
Golf clap
all the way. So this has been another fine Picklestick production of the Generation Gap podcast. I've been Lunchbox.
I'm Gleek.
And we'll see y'all next time.